After World War II, the global economy was in disarray, with many countries facing significant economic difficulties and a shortage of international reserves. There was also a widespread desire among the Allies to create a new international monetary system that would prevent the kind of economic instability and currency devaluations that had led to the Great Depression of the 1930s. Representatives from 44 Allied nations had a meeting in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire in July 1944. The Bretton Woods Conference aimed to establish a new international monetary system to regulate the global economy after the war. The result of the conference was the creation of two international institutions, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, later renamed the World Bank. At the time, the dominant economic power was the United States, which held the majority of the world's gold reserves and had a strong economy, so the conference also established a system of fixed exchange rates between the world's currencies and the US dollar, with the dollar being pegged to gold at a rate of $35 per ounce. The Bretton Woods Agreement was widely seen as a major step forward in international economic cooperation and stability. The fixed exchange rate system, and the role of the IMF in providing stability and lending to countries in need, helped to restore confidence in the global economy and promote economic growth in the decades following World War II. The Bretton Woods Agreement began to unravel in the late 1960s and early 1970s due to the costs of the Vietnam War and increased spending on social welfare programs in the United States, which led to rising inflation and a growing trade deficit. At the same time, other countries were experiencing economic growth and an increase in their international reserves, putting pressure on the fixed exchange rate system. As a result of these factors, the U.S. was no longer able to maintain the dollar's peg to gold at the fixed rate of $35 per ounce. In August 1971, President Nixon temporarily suspended the convertibility of the dollar into gold, effectively ending the Bretton Woods Agreement. The collapse of the Bretton Woods Agreement marked a turning point in the international monetary system, as countries moved towards a system of floating exchange rates, where the value of a currency is determined by supply and demand in the foreign exchange market. While the collapse of the Bretton Woods Agreement was seen by some as a failure of the international monetary system, it was also seen as a necessary adjustment that allowed the global economy to continue to grow and evolve. The move towards floating exchange rates and greater flexibility in the international monetary system paved the way for a new era of economic growth and globalization. Thanks for watching History Said So. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more.